Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Ambassador Success Call about creating a fantastic telesummit that will elevate your business while also building new relationships. This is Diana speaking, and I'm thrilled to have Ambassador and Health Coach Priscilla Stephan on the line with us today. She'll take over in just a moment to walk you through her 7 steps to telesummit success. Before we get started, I just wanted to remind you, in case you haven't given it a try just yet, that we recently announced a new mobile referring tool that makes sharing integrative nutrition an absolute breeze no matter where you go. So let's say you're chatting with someone at your yoga center or at a health food store, and they're interested in how you became a health coach. You can just go to sharein.com right on your smartphone and refer them to us within just a few seconds, and you'll get automatic referral credit if they enroll. You can even add this feature as an icon on your smartphone so that it looks like an app, and then you can just pull it up without even typing anything into your browser at all. So this is only available for ambassadors, though, so if you're in the immersion program and aren't currently an ambassador, you can sign up at the link that I'm sharing in the comments box right now. Now, at the end of this call, we're going to move the conversation over to our Facebook group to continue with any questions or comments where Priscilla will also join us. So if you're not already a member of the group, then I invite you to join us, and you can hit this link right here. And if you just request to be in the group right now, you'll be approved and ready to participate by the time we end this call. We'll try to address any questions that you type in during the call, but if yours is missed, please follow up on Facebook, or you can simply email Coach Blair at integrativenutrition.com. And now, without further ado, I'm very happy to introduce Priscilla Stephan. She is a health coach and the founder of Sweet Path Wellness, as well as the organizer of the Healthy Entrepreneur event, which was a week-long telesummit held earlier this year, where she had 24 amazing, wonderful speakers share their wisdom about balancing personal health with being an entrepreneur. Hi, Priscilla. Welcome, and thank you so much for being here today.
Hi, Diana. Hi, everyone. Yes, I'm really excited to be here and teaching all of you this content. So, yeah, can I get started here, Diana? Can we get going?
Absolutely. Take it away.
All right. So hi, everyone. So during today's webinar, I'm really going to be sharing with you the 7 steps to creating a successful telesummit. In particular, I'll be sharing with you what a telesummit is and who it's best suited for, how a telesummit can help you broaden your message and build your business quickly, my step-by-step formula for success, how to successfully market and monetize your telesummit event, and the real importance of self-care, which is a secret ingredient as you put this really special project together. I wanted to share very briefly a quick background about how this webinar came about to begin with. So as Diana was saying, after creating my first successful telesummit, the Healthy Entrepreneur event in January of 2013, I had friends and other coaches ask me if I could teach them how to create their own telesummit or online events as well. I had so much fun putting together my own telesummit, and I was so pleasantly surprised at the really amazing impact that it had, that I'm really delighted to be sharing my experience with you today. And my intention for today's webinar is to share with you my experience and the 7 steps that I took so that you can organize your successful event and broadcast your message of health and well-being to a much bigger audience. And it is absolutely possible. I'm especially passionate about sharing this content with you because the truth is that there isn't a lot of how-to information on the internet about this topic, and having the understanding of what it takes to put on a successful event will make the difference between success and disappointment. So let's dive right in. All right, the benefits. So let's start with what is a telesummit, right? Most of you have seen them around, but a telesummit is an online event that assembles a series of experts to talk about a specific topic. They're interviewed by the host of the event, that would be you, and the online event is launched over the course of a series of days for a large audience to benefit from. So a telesummit is a fantastic business building tool, whether you're starting out in your business or whether you're much more established. So I want to share with you some of the amazing benefits. So there are many to doing a telesummit. A telesummit is a great strategy to build your list with high quality prospects who will want to buy your products and services. And this is so critical because you want people in your list who want to be there, who have already kind of pre-qualified themselves and have a likelihood and a big propensity to want to buy from you in the near future. Also, a telesummit provides an incredible vehicle for you to broadcast your message to a wide audience and to serve more people in a heart-centered way by offering tremendous value, which I know you guys do anyway. And it also offers great visibility and exposure for you and your business. And it is a great relationship-building opportunity with your speakers and colleagues in the field. And last but not least, it elevates you to an expert status immediately, and it increases your credibility, which is fantastic. So let's talk about your vision and scope for your telesummit. The most important step when you start thinking about your telesummit is to get crystal clear on your message. As I said here on the slide, what message are you dying to share with the world, right? Think for a moment about that message that you are really passionate about and that you love sharing with other people. What are you dying to share and dying to share in a much bigger way? In tandem, and equally important, is to determine your target audience. Who are they? And this is really important, guys. What problem will your telesummit help them solve? In my case, I shared tools and strategies that helped women business owners thrive and avoid burnout by creating a foundation of health first. And the theory was simple. Healthy business owner equals a healthy, thriving business. So how does your topic or message relate to your target market and to your overall business model? This is important since this is a project that really is an extension of your work and of your brand. So the name of my telesummit was the Healthy Entrepreneur Event. Ideally, your telesummit's name will have the benefit already built in so people can already see what the topic is about, which is really helpful. Next, you have to decide on the size and the scope of your project. And that's determined by the number of the speakers that you want to interview. A small telesummit would have approximately 10 speakers. A medium-sized telesummit would have about 15 to 20, and a large event has 21 plus speakers on average. And as Diana mentioned, my telesummit had 24, including my own personal interview. The more speakers that you interview, the greater the magnitude of your project. So the bigger the speakers list, the more time, energy, and money that you will have to allocate to create your successful event. If you have a small budget and you want to try the medium option out first, or the small one first, your first telesummit should actually be 10 speakers. If you're really kind of trepidatious and you're really hesitant, 10 is a great number to start with. And if you want to go big, then you will just need to have a bigger budget so that you can include more people, because it's just going to be, each person is just more resources. All right, so let's talk about the budget here, right? The expected budget that I have found, depending on the size, can go anywhere from about $1,000 to $1,500 all the way up to over $5,000, depending on the size of your telesummit and the amount of support that you get. Now, I realize that this might sound like a large number at first, and it can be. However, consider this to be a really good investment in your business and in growing your list with, again, those high-quality prospects who will be willing to buy from you sooner rather than later. And a small telesummit with 7 to 10 speakers is a good size for a first event, and if you can, right? And it'll be more manageable to control, and the expenses will likely stay under $2,000 if you're savvy with the people that you hire to help you. I would recommend, in terms of timing, that you plan about 3 to 6 months ahead of time, because professionalism and organization are really key. You're building relationships with your speakers and your new audience, and being proactive and having your ducks in order are critical to your overall success. All right, choosing your speakers. It's a hot topic I get asked a lot about. So having great speakers will greatly enhance your chance of success with your telesummit. You want to start by making a list of everyone you could potentially invite to be a speaker at your event. Let's say that you want 15 speakers total. Start by identifying 20 to 25 on your list, and then have some backups for people who cannot participate. It's critical that you be very professional and organized in your communications from the beginning. Remember, you're building a relationship with these speakers and their teams, and the easier you make it for them by being at the top of your game, the smoother the entire process will be. I had several speaker assistants comment on my organization and on how easy it was to work with me. That's what you want for yourself as well. All right, so the million-dollar question.
That's such an important point. Can I just jump in here for a second?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
I just want to say that, that really is such a great point because, for me, as someone who coordinates and hosts webinars like the one we're on right now, I can definitely attest to what a big difference it makes when you're clear, organized, and professional, because it really just makes the whole process much smoother for everyone that you're working with. And it also leaves the people that you're working with a positive impression of you, which could definitely lead to future opportunities. You have a telesummit with someone today. You never know. They could be working on another cool project 6 months from now, and they call you in, to participate. So that's just really important to be organized, but at the same time, also be flexible because it is a collaborative process. So just because Priscilla made it so easy for me to communicate with her, I would definitely invite her to work with me again in the future and possibly do a webinar again in the future. So I just wanted to jump in and add my 2 cents on that.
Woohoo, Diana! Let's think of something else soon then. That sounds like fun.
Absolutely, it's in the works.
Great. So let's get back to choosing your rockstar speakers, right? The million-dollar question often is, how do you choose your speakers, right? So you want to start with people who you already know. And for many of you, looking at the images on the slides here, you'll see Nisha Moodley, Elisa Vitti, and Holly Thompson, who are amazing IAN grads and ambassadors themselves. And all 3 of them are actually on my telesummit. I had known them through IIN, through the Ambassador Circle, and I loved them, and I thought that they had amazing value to contribute, right? So in my case, I had a connection to about 2/3 of the speakers that I invited to my telesummit already. Some because, like I said, they were also IIN graduates, and others just because of the camaraderie of being in the health field. So if you don't know someone who you'd like to participate, send them an invitation via email, or even in the email, make it even more special so that they know that, like, look, I really am interested in working with you. I know you may not know me, but here's why I think you'd be a great speaker. So just reach out to them, and you'd be amazed. As I say here on the slide, just ask. You'd be amazed how many people, even if they're well known and famous and established, will say yes if you ask them for to be a speaker at your event. So just just let them know how you know about them, why you think they would be a good contributor, and make it easy for them to say yes. Now, you want your speakers to have a following and a sizable list, ideally of at least 1,000 people or more, ideally even 3,000, 5,000. However, I just want to make a note that I chose my speakers because I resonated with their work and their message. And I also, this is really important, I followed my intuition. Not everyone had big or engaged lists, but they were a good energetic and a good intuitive fit for me, and that was key. So I really encourage you to not just go for the speaker because you think that they have a big list size. Lead with how you like their work, and not with, hi, so-and-so, how big is your list, and will you be a speaker? Remember, this is not just about numbers. You want to resonate with their message first. You want them to embody what they teach. You want them to really resonate with your message and your audience. And that's really important. Yes, you need to have a balance between list size and also, and those that don't have a big list. But again, follow your gut here. It really is important. And shoot for the stars and just ask. I mean, I approached Dr. Mark Hyman, J.J. Virgin, Gabrielle Bernstein. I even approached yours truly, Joshua Rosenthal. And they were all interested in the project and welcomed the invitation, but their crazy schedules really didn't allow them to participate. So don't get intimidated and go for it. These people are often on telesummits, and they don't mind being invited. It's a marketing tool for them as much as it is for you. So don't be shy. You'd be amazed at how many yeses you can get. And even with Dr. Mike Hyman and with J.J. Virgin, their assistants worked with me for almost 3 months to find any way that they could block out an hour, but it was just at a really bad time. They were promoting their stuff, and so they just couldn't do it. But they were trying, so, there you go. Like I said, also, follow your intuition, and don't invite someone just because of their list size. This is really, really important. You want to have a real resonance here energetically. I also recommend, I was talking about being professional, is you should really track your speakers on a chart so that you stay organized. Because you're going to have a lot of tracking to do. So keeping yourself organized is going to be really, really, really key. So let me see, what else? Another thing that you should think about in terms of a speaker is that you should also be showcasing your own expertise, and you should plan on recording your own call where you alone are sharing your knowledge on the topic at hand. And there'll be no one interviewing you. It's just you recording your information. And it should be the last interview of the telesummit. It's a nice way to close off the event. And also, by that time, you should have the largest number of opt-ins by that point, which maximizes your chances of getting people to sign up for your free initial offer. And that's something that when you do record your own interview, you should make sure that you let people know that you have a limited number of initial sessions. It could be 10, 7, 15, and that you also mention your email address on there. So, in my case, it's Priscilla at Sweet Path Wellness. And so you always have an offer because you want to get people to talk to you, right? Engage, and that could potentially be your clients as well. And in my case, just so you know, my topic was on the 7 healthy habits of highly successful entrepreneurs. And of course, it goes without saying that whatever interview topic that you decide for your interview, that it be totally relevant and that it resonates with the overall theme of your telesummit. All right, next slide. Hiring your dream team and putting all of these little pieces together. So a telesummit is a really large project that requires multiple arenas of expertise. So avoid trying to do it all alone. Besides, there will be other tasks that will require your time and attention, such as interviewing your speakers. So by identifying your team players up front, you can start assembling your dream team as soon as you decide to do your telesummit. So let's review kind of what you'll need and who you'll need to be a part of your project. The number one person that you will need is a virtual assistant or an online business manager. And an online business manager is someone who manages your project for you. They are your first line of attack, as they'll be doing a lot of the behind-the-scenes work for you. Keep in mind that a virtual assistant will execute your tasks, and for the most part, unless they have specific expertise doing several telesummits, they may not be able to guide you on your marketing and your monetization strategy during and post-event. So, and your online business manager will be your right-hand person during this entire event, or your VA as well. The thing about an online business manager is that they tend to take on a bit more of like the managerial and also a bit of the business development and strategy more than a VA. VAs, for the most part, tend to just do what you tell them to do, whereas an online business manager can help you strategize. So that's the kind of the difference between both. And I had a virtual assistant. I also had a marketing coach and a few other people that helped me with the strategy. So I just had a VA. The other thing that's really important is a copywriter to write your sales page copy and the daily emails that are going to go out during the telesummit as well. This is key as you're building the know, like, and trust factor in how you professionally engage with your participants and keep them there so that they're more likely not to unsubscribe from your list. I cannot mention how important it is to have really good copywriting. And if you're a good copywriter, then great. But if you are hesitating, I would highly recommend that you invest in a copywriter because it really keeps your audience engaged. It gets them on the sales page to opt in, and then you want to keep them there for as long as possible after you've done all this amazing work. So let's go into the technology stuff, right, which I know it scares a lot of people. So technology is an important component of a project like this, and that is where having your seasoned virtual assistant who knows how to put a web page together, create your affiliate links, and has a solid back-end technology will really help you. Some VAs also do web design and offer to support you in recording your interviews and doing any troubleshooting throughout the event. You will need a graphic designer as well for the overall look and feel of your web page. If your VA isn't as good at it or doesn't have that design aesthetic that you like, then you need to get a graphic designer to help you out. And you can see here a screenshot of the sales page for my online event, the Healthy Entrepreneur event. I had a friend and a fellow IINer do my header, so it was practically free. And then I had my VA do the sales page, and the sales page is often in Optimized Press, which is a very cheap $97 program that you can buy one time, and you can use it for multiple sales pages as well. And you can see here at the end that I mentioned the transcriptionist. There are many people that do choose to have all of their audio recordings transcribed. I did not. I didn't have it in my budget, and that can cost anywhere from $1,000 to over $2,000 alone. And I didn't find that it hindered my sales for my upgraded packages at all. And it really comes down to, I think, budget at the end of the day. So, all right, next slide. All right, your marketing plan. You will want to make sure that your speakers are willing to send out solo emails to their lists before your event and to promote it on social media. This was one of my biggest mistakes. I didn't want to bother people by reminding them of their commitments, but it is critical. People are super busy, and you need to remind them to send out their solo email about your event to their lists when they said they would. This is the key part to your list building strategy. This is where the most amount of opt-ins will come from. So I actually had a couple of people who forgot or mistook the dates, and it was really an uncomfortable situation. Had I just been more proactive and just made sure that I got them to make sure that it was on their calendar and that they sent out the solo email when they did. I cannot emphasize this enough. This is the #1 key to you getting the most amount of opt-ins, is making sure that your speakers promise to send out their solo emails when they said they would. So very critical. And if you decide to have a paid upgrade option for participants to purchase During or at the end of your event, you will need to provide each speaker also with an affiliate packet. And an affiliate packet consists of done-for-you copy that the speaker shares with their list and on social media. Again, this makes it very easy for your speaker to promote your event. And affiliate packets require individual affiliate links so that you can track sales back to each speaker. And the affiliate packet is often written by a copywriter. It contains an easy and solo email, a newsletter blurb, and social media copy, both for Facebook and Twitter as well. And it's critical. Remember, you have to give your speakers everything so that it makes it very easy for them to just cut and paste or make minor edits to their list and be done with it. One thing that I did that also was time-consuming, but that I would recommend, again, if you have enough time to do it, is the non-speaker marketing. I mean, it isn't necessary, but it can give your event a boost in visibility. I reached out to radio blog shows and to some other coaches I knew, and I asked if they'd be willing to share about the event with their list and on social media. They weren't speakers per se, but they were interested in helping me, or they believed in my project, and they were happy to promote it. So marketing is key, guys. It's very, very important. It's the key to your success.
You know, that non-speaker marketing point actually goes back to your previous point about, you know, just asking. You know, if you want something, just ask, because you never know. I remember, Priscilla, when you were about to launch your event back in January, you contacted us here at the Ambassador Network, and, you know, you just said, hey, I'm about to have this great event. Maybe you would like to share it with your community. And so we did, and we shared it on Facebook. We even had an IIN blog post about it. So, you know, definitely make a list of any people, places, businesses who could promote your event and give you some extra visibility. You know, even if 9 out of 10 of them say no, but that one who says yes could contribute to 10 new potential clients that you wouldn't have otherwise had. You know, so definitely just ask. It never hurts to ask.
I agree, Diana. All right, big thing, right? Monetizing from your event and also keeping your expectations in check. Because when we think about telesummits, we think about show me the money, right? So keeping your numbers in perspective will really help you to manage your expectations and to realize that there is a lot more to this project than strictly growing your list size. So let's talk about sales for a bit, and I want to share with you the most common ways to monetize from your telesummit. The most common one is to offer an upgrade package with recordings and transcripts, if you choose to have transcripts, from your speakers for purchase during and after the event. So an upgrade package includes all of the recordings, bonuses from your speakers, and or the transcripts, and depending, normally it's about $97 early bird during the event that you can sell your upgrade package, and about 2 weeks after you're done with your telesummit, you may want to increase that price to $197 because you want to give people an incentive to buy the upgrade package while you're striking while it's still hot, right? And after so then afterwards people can decide to sign up, and that's where a lot of your money will come from quite quickly from after the event is immediately over and even during the event. So your post-telesummit program offering. So now that you have all these people on your list, you have to learn how to talk to them and how to monetize from all these great people. So what often happens, and what most people do after they have this brand new list of high-quality prospects, is to offer a group program. And in our case, as health coaches, it could be a cleanse or it could be a short group program that you possibly title after the name of your telesummit. I did not offer a group program myself, But had I wanted to, I could have created like a 5-week group program called the Healthy Entrepreneur 5-Week Group Program, right, where I would have been sharing more of the tips and suggestions about how do you manage your health as you're growing your business as well, right? And the key is also to really love your new list up and to give them great content and to give them great value and to keep them engaged with you as much as possible. And the way to do that, to minimize the unsubscribes, is to give them a lot of great value right away. Now, some people do a telesummit and they don't offer an upgrade option for people, which means that the event is entirely free for participants, and then the organizer doesn't expect to make any money out of it. It's just really a list building exercise unto itself. And as far as that goes, I think it's a really personal choice. For most of us, however, the investment in a telesummit is substantial, and offering an upgrade option allows you to recoup some of your investment by offering the upgrade option, and I think it's really important. I mean, I absolutely loved getting those little emails that said, you've got $97 and you've got more $97 in my inbox. It was really thrilling, and I actually began getting sales even before the telesummit went live, which was just absolutely just delicious, I must say. About your list building numbers, though, you can expect, depending on the size of your telesummit, anywhere from several hundred to a few thousand new subscribers to your list. And the numbers will depend on the number of speakers that you have on your telesummit, how many of them send solo emails and promote your event to their list and on social media as well. Because even if you have 15 speakers, but only 10 of them are going to send it to their email list, that will ultimately affect the amount of opt-ins that you get at the end of the day. So I also want to caution this, because this can come as a surprise to some people. Understand that there will be a natural self-selection process and several unsubscribes. Make sure that your assistant gets those, because it is not fun to see them in your inbox. But just know that it's to be expected and for you not to panic. It's just natural self-selection. There are some people that just like free information, and then once they've gotten it, they may decide they don't really want it, and then they'll just go away. And that's good. Remember, that's a good thing. You only want people on your list who want to be there, right? All the rest, let them just naturally fall off. I want to spend just a second talking about what I call the ricochet effect and why a telesummit is just so much more than just the metrics and how many people opt into your list and just the numbers. Because the benefits of your telesummit will surprise you, and they will extend beyond what you expect. And it's just a beautiful thing. I mean, participants of my telesummit changed careers. Some entered the health coaching field, including IAN. Some got unstuck in their businesses and had some powerful aha moments. I referred a great client to a health coaching friend of mine who lives, this new client lives in Switzerland. And I'm sure that there were other positive effects as well that happened without my knowing. So this is just a small sampling of what happens when you become a part of the ripple effect with your telesummit and you broadcast your authentic message in a bigger way. I mean, I had people in my telesummit from South Africa, from Europe, from across North America. It was amazing to see. It really became a global event, and it was very humbling and moving to see that this was just not about growing my business or sharing a message. It was really about changing people's lives, and sometimes even in ways that we can't even fully see or comprehend, right? And last but not least, for the IAN ambassadors, a telesummit can also be a great opportunity to share about IAN and to earn rewards, because in my case, I got a whole new list of really health-conscious people, and I can share about IAN, and I can inspire them to attend IAN as well. Another point that I also want to mention is that after your telesummit ends, continue to engage the new people on your list by providing them with great content, great offers, and great opportunities. And remember that it's not just about you, and that to be successful, you must give away as much or even more than you sell. I know I mentioned that before, but you really have to add a ton of value to these people on your list, because remember, this is the new marketing paradigm, right? You give, and then you ask for a sale. All right, self-care, scheduling time to do the relax thing, very important. I cannot stress enough, and I really had to include a slide on this, that self-care is a key component to your success during a telesummit. A telesummit is a big project, and you will definitely want to have support from your family, your friends, and your colleagues to navigate through the process. Talk to other people who've done a telesummit before, and definitely have a self-care list ready to go to de-stress, keep yourself energized, and to really take care of your mind, body, and spirit during the journey. Because no matter how much work you know is involved in potentially putting a telesummit together, it's still more than what you could have imagined. And a telesummit is an investment of energy and time, and will at times be an emotional roller coaster, which is why you need to allow for a lot of self-care time. I can tell you that my girlfriends, I don't know how they just didn't boot me from being their friends, because it was definitely an emotional ride for sure, especially the closer I got to doing the event. So immediately after the telesummit, I would highly recommend that you block off 1 week on your calendar to do absolutely nothing and to recharge your batteries. You'll need it, believe me. This will also give you your new list a breather from all the juicy information that you've shared with them, and it gives you time to prepare some amazing value-rich content for them as you build the know, like, trust factor as well. So self-care is key, guys. You've got to keep yourself going in the midst of this. So what are your next steps? I would love for you to write down, start writing down what is your vision for your online event and your telesummit, right? What message are you dying to share with your target audience? And who do you want your target audience to be? Do you want it to be men? Do you want it to be women entrepreneurs? If you do women's health, do you want it to be women that have hormonal issues? Do you want it to be about detox or raw foods? I mean, the sky is the limit. And as a ninja tip for you, I mean, most of you have already been a participant in at least a few telesummits, but I'd highly recommend that you subscribe to a few telesummits. Observe the design, the sales copy, the email copy, so you can see what you like and what resonates with you. Because the more familiarized you are and the more you study these telesummits, the easier it'll be for you to create your own authentic copy and to know what you like and what you don't like, so that you can really create a telesummit that's authentic to you and really allows you to shine.
All right. Wow. Thank you so much, Priscilla. Thank you for these amazing tips. And thank you for going through your own experience of trial and error and having the generosity to summarize all of this for us, because it seems like the kind of thing you really have to do to really kind of get the ins and outs. So these are really, really helpful tips for anyone who wants to experience this for themselves. So I have a question for our listeners. How many of you on the line today are feeling energized and excited about pursuing some sort of virtual event after hearing all this great info? You have a little hand icon there on your GoToWebinar dashboard. Just raise your hand. Okay, I see a lot of people typing in me, yes, and I see some hands going up. So that's fantastic. Woohoo! We're going to see some more telesummits in the works soon. So now we're going to open it up to questions, and I see we have quite a lot already, but go ahead and type them in, and Priscilla will address as many as she can. So while those are coming in, I'm just going to look at the questions you submitted on the registration form, and I see a good one from Stephanie. She asks how the speakers are compensated. So Priscilla, you touched on this briefly and implied, I believe, that they might do it for free, but maybe you can talk a little bit about how often they would do it for free and how much you should pay if they want to be paid.
Sure. So in my experience and what I did in my telesummit is that the speakers are never paid in cash. Like there's no upfront payment. The way that they get any financial remuneration is as affiliates. So when you give them an affiliate packet, which has the copy for them to share on their newsletter and on social media, as I mentioned, they also get an individual affiliate link so that if someone signs up from their marketing of the event, they get a commission. That's how speakers get any financial reward from this. And the standard tends to be a 50% affiliate commission. So let's say Nisha Moodley sends 5 people that decide to buy my upgrade package, at $97. So that means that Nisha will get 50% of $97 for each of the sales that came from her affiliate link. So that's how she would get any money. Otherwise, you have to think of it, it's still a marketing tool for them. They can get clients, they can get people that will opt into their email list because it's a visibility tool for the speaker. Because think of it this way, you're putting in months and months of time, resources, and energy to create this platform for these speakers to shine, right? So and what they do is they come, they record, and then they're good, right? So it takes maybe a few hours of their time, but it takes you months to create yours. So you don't need to pay them, you shouldn't pay them anything. And not even, Dr. Mark Hyman or J.J. Virgin or anyone, they don't expect to be paid, but you should give them an affiliate packet with their individual affiliate link. So should you get a sale that came from someone that they referred to you, they'll get the affiliate commission. Otherwise, they're also benefiting from their business because of their visibility as a part of your online event. I hope that helps, Stephanie.
Yes, I think so, but we have a couple of follow-up questions as you were saying that. The first is, how do you actually create those affiliate links? And then also, what should be the commission percentage for those speakers?
So the commission percentage is 50% average in the industry. So I would say 50%. That's what I offered my speakers as well. And the way that you create the affiliate links, I mean, I didn't do it myself because I had my assistant do it, is I had to get one shopping cart. And there's a way for you to create affiliate links in there. Some people, if they're more advanced in their businesses and if they have Infusionsoft, you can also use Infusionsoft to create affiliate links, but you will have to invest in probably one of those 2 email marketing programs so that you can create those, have your assistant create the affiliate links so that you can give it to your speakers.
Great. So I see the similar question coming from Andorra and Layla. They're asking, how long should the telesummit last?
It's a great question. Most telesummits that I have seen on average that tend to have between 15 and 20 speakers last for 5 days, generally from a Monday through a Friday. And they tend to have around 3 speakers a day, maybe 4. And I think that that's a lot. My event lasted for 7 days. It went from a Monday through a Monday. Since I had 24 speakers, it was 3 speakers a day, and that's a lot for people. Most people tend to feel overwhelmed. So you can certainly make it longer. Some people do telesummits for 2 weeks, for a month. I think that's insanity, and I think people just get tired of it. So I would recommend 5 days to a week or so, and just keep it tight and then be done with it.
Yes, definitely avoid the insanity, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so another question coming from Dina. She's asking about how you would go about developing the outline for the telesummit. Do you have any tips on that?
Yes. Dina, do you want to share what your potential topic might be? Because then I can work from that. But so if you want to type that in, that's fine. So for me, what I can tell you in my experience was that I knew that I wanted to help entrepreneurs get healthier. And I wanted it to be a holistic approach. So I began to think of themes. Like, for example, so mine was divided on half of it was health speakers, half of it was business speakers. So I began thinking about in my own life and in my own experience, what did I feel were the key elements that someone needed to know to become a healthy entrepreneur, from the health side and from the business side? So I had someone that talked about intuition. I wanted someone that talked about what else? That talked about managing your time. So I began creating subcategories that I felt were really important, that I felt were really key that someone talk about. And then I began thinking about, well, what is the speaker that maybe I already know that's an expert in this topic that I could invite? So I created like the overall theme, like who is it that I want to help? How do I want to help them? And then within that framework, I began creating subcategories. And then I began thinking of speakers that would match those subcategories. That's how I did it.
Okay, great. So I see there's quite a few questions still. We're just going to do a couple more, and then we're going to move it on over to Facebook if we don't get to your question. But Robin is asking if you have any Telesummit websites that you can recommend for people who want to research this, because you mentioned we should join a few Telesummits, so we're just wondering if there's any particular resources that you can provide.
You know, there have been so many telesummits that I have seen. Here's a tip. Some of these, the URLs and the domain names for these can be so long that I don't even remember the domain name for some of these. One of them I think that I thought was really good was by Barb Wade. It was called gettoyesformula.com. You can certainly see mine, which is thehealthyentrepreneur.com. I can't think of any off right now to tell the truth.
You know what? Actually, I just remembered one. I am a huge fan of Donna Gates and the Body Ecology Diet, and I just remembered that I recently got an email that she has one coming up. So if you don't subscribe to the Body Ecology list, that would be a good one to join, because I'm pretty sure they have one coming up in the near future. So that would be a good one. And she's already an IAN speaker, so you guys are probably already familiar with her.
And I know this is kind of basic and it really doesn't help, but honestly, if you just, I mean, it's weird the information that comes up on the internet, but you could still just Google telesummits and see what comes up. It's really odd. You get an odd picking. But
Google is always there for you.
Yes, it is. I'm sorry. I don't have any, but I do have more, but I don't have them right in front of me to share, Robin. I'm sorry.
Okay. And then one last question is coming from Maureen. She's asking about how to get over the anxiety of speaking to hundreds of people yourself if you don't have much experience with this.
Well, here's the cool part. Recording. So all of my speakers were recorded. Their interviews were recorded ahead of time, sometimes a few months ahead of time. And so this is the cool part, is that, you know, and I don't recommend for first-timers. Some people do their telesummits live, like they actually interview their speakers live that day that the recordings go out. Ooh, that's a tricky proposition. So I did all of my recordings way in advance, and I recorded them. So here's the good news to you, and I did this. I recorded my own. So if you can go to freeteleconference.com, and I wrote out the entire script for what I wanted to say, and then I practiced it and I recorded it. So so you don't have to panic unless you decide to do it live. But everything I did was scripted, and I was very prepared. So that's my recommendation.
Okay, fantastic. So I do see that there are a few more questions, but we are out of time. So definitely come on over to Facebook and join us there. Priscilla's going to join us there as well, and we're going to continue the conversation. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. And thank you again, Priscilla. Do you have any parting words for our listeners today?
No, absolutely. I just want to encourage you, if you have a burning desire to do a telesummit, you absolutely can do it. It's not rocket science. And if you have a burning message and you really want to grow your list, there is no more effective or faster way to build your list with high-quality prospects than this. And you can certainly go to sweetpathwellness.com, and if you want to email me at Priscilla@sweetpathwellness, I'm more than happy to to chat with you and support you, because I think it would be great to have more health coaches doing telesummits. Woohoo!
Woohoo, absolutely, I agree. Okay, everyone, join us on Facebook and have a wonderful day. Thanks.
Bye.